need to be patient, we're gonna make it. I have to admit that I'm struggling. You say take it slow, the world keeps spinning that I don't control. So there I go, try to act normal so they won't know that I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. They say that they sympathize, I'm grateful they take the time. I'm bringing it up, it's a 6-year-old birthday, it kinda fucks up my vibe. You're on awkward notes, I'm making a little awkward joke. You got to be funny, it's sure to come and you need to go home and I'm struggling. You say take it slow, the world keeps spinning that I don't control. So there I go, try to act normal so they won't know. I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. Oh, I don't know what else to try. Pretend I'm in control, but I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. Just trying to hold my shit together, darling. I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. Oh, I don't know what else to try. Pretend I'm in control, but I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. Raleigh, how you feeling right now? Ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're gonna do right now. As you guys know, many of you know, I grew up doing mashups. I grew up making mashups. I loved, as a kid, I loved mashing up other people's songs. I remember being in my parents' house in my bedroom, and I actually had a piano teacher who was so cool that she told me at one point that I ought to quit lessons. And it was like, it sounds like she was telling me I was supposed to quit because I was terrible. She actually realized that I was so into into hip hop that I was asking her, can I play this song, the Public Enemy sample? Can I play this song that Run MC sample? Can I play this song that so and so sample? And she said, you know what? I can't teach you all those songs. I think what you need to do is maybe get some keyboard, get some production gear. And at the time we couldn't do it on laptops, so we had to buy all this gear. And it was like I spent all my money just buying all these little things, and I started doing mashups. And I did mashups of all my favorite stuff and weird stuff too. Like I did Michael Jackson with Led Zeppelin and Wu-Tang. I did 9 Inch Nails with Smashing Pumpkins and James Brown and Biggie. I don't know. It was all just mashing up the weirdest stuff that I thought, oh, nobody else is doing it like this. You guys know that that's like basically how I came to make music the way I make it. So what I did with the set is for a couple of these songs, I took a couple things from my catalog and I mashed it up for you. This is one of them. The first part goes like this. And the second one is this one. Let you go, I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. This is not what I had planned. It's out of my control. Flying at the speed of light, thoughts were spinning in my head. So many things were left unsaid. I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys have seen me or the band play before? How many of you have not? How many of you is it the first time? Wow. That's a lot. Oh my gosh, I think that's the most in one venue on this whole tour. I haven't seen that many hands. I don't ask all the time, to be honest, but I don't know, something about this crowd, like it just struck me that I feel like it's been so long since we've been here, in a sense, and also I just got that vibe. That's weird. No, it's not, I mean, I don't mean that like, it's not bad, it's just like, yeah. You guys are so loud, it's like deafening. You're super loud. It's a good thing. Okay, I do want to say, you know, that for those of you that didn't get a chance to see us, in person at least, like, I know that for me, this show, I said it earlier, but the primary like reason to do this show is because you guys, so many of you folks have been so instrumental in helping me get through the past year and change. So thank you. The show is like it's since, you know, the Linkin Park show, like when we've done shows, it's always been very, like, we play a very similar set every night, because that's kind of how the guys are built. Like, the guys have always wanted to, like, there's a couple different philosophies about how to put a show together, and one of them is almost like a theater production or something, where you basically come up with something you think is really great, and you do that as close to the same thing every night, so that the people who come get like kind of a high level, or like the same kind of high level experience. The other thing is, another version is what I do with these shows, which is like change around the set list a lot and play around with different songs and keep it a little more loose and keep it a little more of a surprise. Within the context of that, saying that, you know, there are some things I do every night that I want to do every night, and this is one of them. Because I think that each night should be, I want to take a minute every night to just talk to you guys. Because there's something about this year, like when you become, there's a thing about when you become as big a band as Linkin Park, has been you. You can say yeah, and you can get excited about it, and there are parts of it that are awesome and exciting, and there are parts of it that are a little bit not. And the parts that are a little bit tougher are when it starts to get big to the point of like you kind of don't have control of the thing anymore. It's not necessarily, sometimes it runs away without you. And sometimes other people think it's a thing that maybe it's not. I think that the guys and I have always felt like we've done, like there's one thing we're proud of, it's number one that it was always about the whole group of guys. Even though, you know, most bands you have a singer and the singer gets a lot of attention. In our band, we really tried to share that. We really tried to make it a democracy or a meritocracy, which means the best ideas win. And you know, it's not a perfect thing, it's not a perfect system, but we're good friends, and it is what it is. So that's a good thing. And I'd say that for those of you that didn't see Chester in person, in spite of the fact that it was a meritocracy and we treated it evenly in so many ways, he had magic, right? Because mainly because if there was one place, like when it came to making decisions about like writing the songs, he would say all the time, like that's Mike's place, like that's, he would come in and I'd play him songs that I had written, and he'd be so thrilled to sing them, and he'd help out with some lyrics, and he'd help out with some melodies, but he really he let me run with the ball, and it was awesome. When it came to making decisions about a lot of different things, like the band would do different things, but when it came to getting on stage, holy shit. He was just a beast. And I always want to take these moments to like remember that like this stuff doesn't have to be sad. Like he was so great, and we have an opportunity to just appreciate and be grateful for the great music we got to make with him, that we got to enjoy from him, performances we got to see, and all that. So thank you guys for being a part of that. For those of you that never did get to the show, what I always did with this next song is forever and ever, I've always said, I want you guys to sing with us on this one, and you guys sing Chester's part, okay? So I'm gonna do my part, and you guys do Chester's part. It goes like this. Trying to hold on and didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard, in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property, remembering all the times you fought with me. I'm surprised that it got so. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to the end. Kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. Eventually be a memory of the time I tried so hard. days. I haven't done this in a little bit. What's this one? I might fuck up the words, I'm sorry. But you gotta help me. I don't like my mind right now. Stacking up problems that are so unnecessary. Wishing I could slow things down. Wanna let go of this moment. And I drive myself crazy. And everything's about me. Yeah, I drive myself crazy. I can't seem to happen. I'm holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on. So much more than I can carry. I keep dragging around what's bringing me down. And I just let go and set free. Holding on.
Thank you.